I didn't really think it was going to actually get me at the end.
Did I ever think about quitting? Probably a few times. The Irish fighters always really came and showed up and fought, but the always was just missed out because their skill or their experience wasn't there. But I knew it was dangerous, and I knew it was like, yeah, you could actually hurt yourself doing this here. So, the ultimate goal for RWF is to win the belt, obviously. I started Muay Thai because I wanted to learn how to handle myself. Back when we were at age, we used to go out at the weekend. We used to get into not a bit of trouble, like, but a good crowd would gather, and we would get into a few altercations. And then one altercation, someone put a firework in my hood, and it ended up blowing up beside my head. So that freaked me out a wee bit, and I went into school the next week and I spoke to Garrett about it, and he was like, "Did you do anything?" And I was like no. So he's he asked me to come down to the Muay Thai gym, and I went there to learn how to fight and how to handle myself, basically. My first impression of Muay Thai was it was hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, training ways. I didn't take to it initially, like right away, right off the bat. I sort of grew into it. The more I done it, the more sessions I wanted to do. So it started off one training session a week, then 2 a week, and then 3, 4, 5. I sort of grew into it then. I would say Muay Thai is my calling. Yeah, I've sort of been like all the things that happened that led me to it. I would say, yeah, it's my calling. Sort of like it feels like my destiny. What led me to my first fight was I was asked to do it. I trained for about a year. As I said, I grew into it, training more and more and more as the year went on. And after a year, Jamie Crawford asked me, "Do I want to have a fight?" And I couldn't say no. So, so I said yes, and then I haven't really looked back. My first fight was against a guy called Joe O'Connor in Dublin and it was called like an Irish Expo. So it was like a competition across all like combat sports. So it was MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, all on the same day in this big, massive, like hall arena thing. And it was about about an hour outside Dublin, I'd say. Yeah. So I told my uncles and my cousins I was fighting, and they got the train down. I ended up having to get a 2-hour bus and a taxi to actually come watch me fight. And I think I was like the last fight of the day. So they waited all day for me to fight. I told them there was going to be a bar they could drink at. There was no bar. So God love them. They're on this 12-hour excursion to watch me fight in my first fight. So yeah. Before the fight, I can't really remember how I felt. And it wasn't really like a big show. I think that sort of took the pressure off me a wee bit. I was sort of just warming up all day, waiting, and then your name was called, and you went in and fought. I wasn't afraid though. I was actually told it was his first fight as well, so it sort of took the nerves off. And then I found out after he had about 15, 16 amateur fights in my first fight. After my first fight, I did feel hooked. Because I put up an Instagram post saying first of many. So I sort of knew this was for me. So in Ireland, the amateur rules are shin pads on, no elbows, no knees to the head, and the rounds are shorter. Basically, that's the major difference. Like you can still kick, knee, punch in the head, and teep. Yeah, I had 6 amateur fights in total before I moved on to like C class and B class. And they were basically just GA halls. Yeah, so big sport halls filled with a load of people shouting, screaming at you. My amateur career, I had 5 wins and 1 draw. So pretty successful, yeah. In terms of skill from now till then, I would actually watch my fights and cringe. because I used to think I was class back then, but now I would watch it and just go, no, you were so shit and you had so much to learn. So yeah, but it's cool to look back and see how far you've came. The hardest part was getting used to the pain of training, getting your body conditioned, and just waking up sore all the time. And it wasn't easy, like especially when you're trying to balance this and school. It sort of just took over school, to be honest, towards the end of my school years. Did I ever think about quitting? Probably a few times, but nah. In all seriousness, no. I've never thought about quitting or stopping. No. I just learned how to stay calm, mostly in a chaotic environment. Um, Probably I took that mostly with me from amateur to pro, just how to be calm and relaxed and cool under pressure. Turning pro, the decision was almost made for you. So you got asked that you want to do it, but you were sort of like told you're doing it. So Jamie had his first show in Belfast back in, I'm not even sure. It was the year I was turning, it was the weekend I was turning 18. So maybe like 9 years ago. It was his first show and he asked us, did we want to fight pro, which was C class, B class at the time. So it's more like semi-pro. So we said, me and Garrett agreed both do it. And yeah, that was the decision made. Jamie basically made it for us.